What up, though, everybody in the chat? Stay with me. Well, just in a matter of 2 days, man, can you believe it's only been 3 full days since the Lions lost that divisional matchup against the Washington Commanders, and they have now lost one position coach, one assistant coach, both their offensive and defensive coordinators. You guys all know I had to take my kid to the doctor, and just like usually when news breaks, it's right before I have something to do. While you're sitting home, nothing is happening. But the moment you have to leave, something is going down. Everybody knows by now, so it's not breaking news. But according to Adam Schefter from many moons ago, says a new coach in New York. Jets are hiring former Lions defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn as their new head coach, per sources. The former Jets 1994 first-round pick, I say, oh my God, I was in 10th grade, who became a personnel scout for the team, is now becoming their head coach. And that's fantastic, man. So many good news, good things coming out of this. Now, to be very clear, I was ready for him to be fired a long time ago. Dan Campbell was never going to do that, but now he doesn't have to. And maybe it's a good thing he didn't, because now Aaron Glenn has a chance to create his own legacy. And for his sake, I hope he does that. This, to me, he must have heard something that he liked at the Jets. I mean, I'm surprised by this move. I'm not surprised by the actual hiring of Aaron Glenn. But to go to New York, where we just found out that the owner of the Jets used Madden to do something, and then I'm sure you got a clean house with Aaron Rodgers, and then this team fired a dude that really didn't need to be fired. Now, in a twist of irony, how crazy would it be if Robert Saleh, the former head coach of the New York Jets, who was fired after 5 weeks of last season, became our defensive coordinator? I don't think that's going to happen, simply because he wants to be a head coach. There's a lot of people looking for his services right now, and I think it would be very enticing. We would have to make it worth his while to come to the city of Detroit. I think he's going to be the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's just me. I think he had his second interview. But the buck doesn't just stop there, because according to Jordan Schultz, and this is more information, sources say Aaron Glenn is already busy assembling his new staff with the Jets, which includes the following targets: Steve Wilks as defensive coordinator, Mark Brunell, I'm assuming, as offensive coordinator, Chris Banjo as special teams coach, former Bears interim head coach Thomas Brown, former Chiefs head coach Todd Haley, and Mike Westhoff, should he come out of retirement. This is a name that Jordan, I believe, mentioned yesterday, so that is somebody to keep an eye on right there. Now, I have not heard that we are losing Mark Brunell. I would find it very intriguing if he was to leave, especially if the rumors could be true that he has been offered or will be considered to be the head coach of the offensive coordinator of the Detroit Lions. Now, there's a lot going on here. There's a lot to unpack. And the more we think about this, it's like it gives me a boost of morale for the next season. But at the same time, it keeps proving the point that next year is not promised. We needed a new DC. Now we got to get one. We got to get a new OC. We got to get a new defensive line coach. We'll probably have to get several other coaches as well. So there's going to be massive turnover, and this is only the beginning. I told y'all, man, this is going to be only the beginning. Jamar Jefferson, 7th-round pick for the Detroit Lions back in 2021, is no longer with the team, and he will not return. The Lions did not sign him to a futures contract. So this is only the beginning. Now, we had our opportunity in 2023. We blew it. We had our opportunity last year, and we blew it. Now, as far as Aaron Glenn, I think this is going to be a good thing for the Detroit Lions. Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes. I told y'all, man, I am the equivalent of Jean-Claude Van Damme, okay, in the movie Kickboxer. If you're over the age of 18, watch it. On TV, that is. If you're under the age of 18, don't watch it, because you shouldn't be watching it, right? But I'm that equivalent. I have wrapped my hands in cloth. I have dipped them in honey and dipped them into glass. And that's how I'm coming at this team this year. No excuses. None whatsoever. They're going to have to overhaul this team. And sometimes you can't hire from within. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. Who knows if Tanner or Calvin Shepard is going to be the next thing. This break needed to happen. It needed to snap Dan Campbell out of whatever trance he was in with Aaron Glenn. And now we got to go get somebody. We got to go get somebody. If you think it's Calvin, then go right ahead. But the best news to come out of this, honestly, is the fact that now Aaron Glenn, who was the token black guy in many other interviews leading up to this, now is not the token black guy anymore. He is the guy. We don't even have to worry about token or black. And speaking of black, because he was a minority coach, the Detroit Lions get 2 compensatory picks, third rounders, which is the highest one you can get. We get 1 in 2025 and 1 in 2026, which is great because in 2025, we went from having 2 to none. One of them was used for Carlton Davis, and I believe somebody put in the comment section yesterday that one was used to trade up for Terrion Arnold. So now we have at least 1, and we don't have to wait from the second round to the 4th round to get a pick. So that is great. And as a fellow minority, I am excited about this because, it happened after many, many years. It's sad that this whole thing, even with, just think about this rule real quick. Let's think about this rule, okay? The hiring is so scarce, and I don't want to go down this road, but I have to mention this. The hiring of minority coaches is so scarce. The team that they come from gets rewarded for them getting hired. Just think about it. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. And again, I don't want to make this about that, but in a way it is, right? That means that you're telling me if you are a minority coach, you got to go above and beyond. You got to be all that because the team that they leave gets rewarded because they got hired, which means that they were really, really good. See, that tells you about the discrepancy in the NFL. Your team, your minority coach got to be really good. It's so good, we had to hire him. There's already a rule in place that they got to be interviewed, and that's a joke. So I didn't really want to go down that road, man, but we went down that road. Aaron Glenn, do your thing, bro. Congratulations. It was time for the Detroit Lions to get a change, and now that change is going to come. Congratulations. I hope you know what you're doing, man. I wish you much success over there. And whenever you play the Bears, make sure you beat the absolute snot out of them. All right? Do that for us. This channel is made possible by viewers, subscribers, and members just like you. Because you support this channel, you allow me to do what I do. You could be anywhere else on YouTube, especially right now at this very moment, but you choose to rock with me. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions. Aaron Glenn, congratulations, man. We'll see you on the football field. I say, what up, though? What's up? Let me catch up. Listen, man, appreciate all y'all for rocking with your boy. So my kid had two doctor's appointments today, and I was saying to myself yesterday, I was like, I wonder when Aaron Glenn is going to take the job. I made a video last night saying he was all but gone, and I said, watch it happen when I'm at the doctor, and it happened literally right before I was leaving. JP says we get 2 second-round picks for Glenn leaving next year and the year after. That is correct. What's up, EDD? Says we also get 2 third-rounders picks. Not bad. Okay, yes, we get 2. No. Listen, we get 2 for Aaron Glenn. That is all. Okay, let me see. Hold on. All right. Why the long face? Everybody sing for Jay Reacts, man. What's all the crying for? Because he gone. Bruh. What is you talking about, bro? What is this? Do you see what I'm talking about? This is why nobody likes y'all. This is not even about your team. Why are you here? And I told you, you got to pay to comment on my channel. I don't understand this. Do y'all listen? I know it's cold in Chicago, but come on, dog. Either you pay or you kick rocks. That's how we doing. What up, JT? I mean, GTA, what up, man? Says nothing but love for AG. AG's A's for that other guy. That's facts. Dennis Allen still available. Yes. Hank Fraley and Ben Johnson, the last of Bob Quinn and going to the Bears. Okay, so Vix, here's what I understand. What's up, DB? Here's what I understand. There's been no word on Fraley, and somebody told me, I don't know if it's true or not, that Hank Fraley said he ain't going nowhere. That's what he said. Daquan Adams, how did Lamar oh, Lord, Daquan. AG's hiring is nothing but good vibes. Snake Johnson can get fired next year, and I laugh. You know what, man? Okay, so let's do this. Let's not bring up that other guy. Let's talk about AG. Let's talk about the Detroit Lions, and let's move forward. This ain't no knock to y'all, but I could literally spend the next week talking about Solid Snake. Like, I really could. Snake in my boots. I could really spend a bunch of time talking about him, but I don't want to, because last thing I say is I didn't listen to this press conference. I was this close to listening to it, and I didn't listen to it because I didn't want to make a video about it. But I was like, if I listen to it, I'm going to make a video about it. I'm going to react to it live, and I'm going to want to smack him. That's how it's going to be. But what I heard is that he thanked everybody but Brad Holmes. That's what I heard. I don't know if that's true because I ain't watch it. But we might have to talk about it. Let me know if y'all want that. I'll put out a poll, and we can talk. We can react to it live, and we can talk about it. I don't like talking about dudes once they play for other teams, past a certain amount. But the wound is still fresh, right? We still healing. I mean, think about this. Don't it feel like it's been 3 months since we last played? I'm like, dog, I woke up this morning. I was like, is it June yet? Like, I couldn't believe that it's only, can y'all believe, listen, 96 hours ago, the Detroit Lions if Ford Field was jumping, that timer on the clock at Ford Field said 30 minutes. That's crazy to me, bro. Insane. Fave says, ain't no way. What we talking about? What's up, James? Winning is all that matters. The stats are irrelevant. Pringle with the dono, appreciate you, big dog, says, you ever notice how much the defense guys love AG, but none of our offensive guys show love for Ben Johnson? What's up, Jacoby? What's good with you? Fancy Lion says, if the Lions look like crap, the Bears would try to capture the fairy dust from it. So let's talk about the fallout from this, because the fallout is going to be something, okay? And you're going to get a whole lot of takes from me this year, because now this is a big deal, ladies and gentlemen. The Lions lost both their coordinators, both their offense and defense. This is a big deal. Now, I'm sure they've been preparing for this for probably several years. And I know a lot of you guys are like, hey, we're just going to elevate this guy. I don't really know if we should. I'm going to be real. I don't know. We didn't know what we had in Solid Snake. We had no idea. And calling him Solid Snake is actually, I should call him Big Boss. Calling him Solid Snake is disrespectful to Solid Snakes. Matter of fact, I'm going to call him Snake Eater, because but we didn't know what we had. And then he turned out to be the way he turned out to be. Aaron Glenn, to me, he's been like the defensive version of Dan Campbell, where the guy's going to play for him. And sometimes that's all you need. But we need this up here. I don't care who you are. You can be soft-spoken. But as long as you call a great defensive scheme, that's all I care about. Right? So we're going to have to figure something out. What would Detroit look like next year? Okay, hold on. Jericho says, why the long face? What's all the crying for? You gone, bro. I told you, and I told your bunk. I told you yesterday, bruh. Y'all don't listen. And if you want freedom of speech, you go to America. Because you know what you in right now? Pretoria. You in Detoria. Detroit. This is the land of the D, okay? This is the land of the D, bruh. Now listen, I appreciate y'all watching the channel, but this is my channel. This is my country. This is my domain, all right? And you can call it Detoria. If you get the joke, you get the joke, all right? Y'all be killing me with that junk. If you're a Bears fan, because you and your whole squad talk too much, you have to pay to speak on my channel. And that's how it's going to be. All my moderators in the building, because they don't know how to shut their mouth if they don't pay, Make sure you hide them. Don't put them in timeout. Hide them from the channel. They get one opportunity to speak because y'all need to learn to speak when spoken to. I'm sick of y'all, bro. Ain't nobody talking to y'all. But y'all got to insert yourself. So nobody likes y'all, bro. That's why when I go to next year to the stadium, I'm wearing a Benedict Johnson shirt. Oh, yeah. Have it specially made. Specially made. They might even not let me in the stadium. It's crazy, bro. All right. So that's the last. Everybody, yes, please go over there and troll him. All my moderators, if you in here, if they say anything, if they are a Bears fan, you hide them. You understand? If they do not super chat, you hide them. Period. Because they talk too much. Y'all, hey, where did they get a load of me? I'm done being nice. The nice guy, he died when we lost that game. It's over with. All right? Now, let's talk about this. Brunel is supposed to be going with Glenn to the Jets. Nick, I would not be surprised. Now, there have been rumors that the Lions may make him offensive coordinator here. What would you do? And maybe that's what we're waiting on. But I say it like this. The Lions are going to look like a different team next year. Is it going to be for better or worse? That's something that we have to look at. We have to look at that. Now, you know what else is great as well? We've been, especially me, I've always held everybody on the team accountable. I've never thought Aaron Glenn was that great at defense. All right. I think he was a benefactor of being a friend and being connected. Alex Anzalone put a thank you out today, said his entire 8-year career they've been together. Right. What I want to know now is who you going to blame now? Ladies and gentlemen, if our defense sucks in 2025, you going to blame the new DC? Or I want to know. Because what I love about this, I was feeling really, really down the past 96 hours. But I'm starting to feel rejuvenated because now this team is going to have to change. See, you can only rock with the same thing for so long. You see what I did there? Rock with the same. Anyway, you can only stay with the same thing for so long, and then you got to spice it up a little bit. I think the Lions been too comfortable. We bringing back Marcus Davenport. What are you doing? What are you signing Marcus Davenport? We signed Emmanuel Mosley. What are you doing? Now, this is going to force the Detroit Lions to get out of their comfort zone. And I'm going to tell you what, if Ekstrand is if he is the best candidate, we'll bring him on in, elevate him. If Kelvin Shepard is the candidate, if he's the best one, elevate him. Moving on up. If he not, go outside the box, Dan. It's time to go outside of the box. The person that comes in here, both of them is going to be Dan Campbell's decision. Don't forget, we fired in year 2. We fired Arby Pleasant. Guess where he's still at? The Rams. He's still with the LA Rams. He might have had a stop at the Green Bay Packers, but he's still with the Rams. We fired him 2.5 years ago, and he's still with the Rams. Turns out he wasn't that bad, right? He wasn't that bad. It was time for a shakeup, and I'm happy about this shakeup. I'm happy about the shakeup. We had a dono coming from Pringle, says we need an outside OC, one that's not influenced by BJ. If defense sucks, it's on players at that point. Is it Pringle, or is it on the man who puts this team together? See, we've had Aaron Glenn as a scapegoat. Not no more. Not no more. He not a scapegoat because he gone. And congratulations. Come please come shut my mouth. I don't got to shut. C-No, hold on. You talking to me? Hold on. Let's get a floor to C-No. Let's get a floor to C-No. C-No, you talking to me, bro? Hey, well, okay, listen, y'all. We not on that in here. Okay, C-No. So whoever was talking to you, we not on that violence, bro. That's not what we about. All right. This is about so we We ain't threatening. That ain't what we doing. This stuff is fun. This stuff is all love at the end of the day, right? We not trying to be like that. All right. If you got a disagreement, it ain't time to do all that. Okay. So let's work that out right now, because that ain't what we about. So if you doing that, if you the one, and I mean that, you know what, the stuff that I say is all fun and games, and it stay on this channel. This ain't no outside, you know, the internet stuff. All right. So let's bring it back in. Let's have some fun. All right. Let's talk Detroit Lions football. Would you trade Hooker and first and third next year to move on and get Abdul Carter from Penn State? Everybody's been talking about him, man. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't really looked at that. Hey, you don't gotta go, man. You don't gotta go. I'm talking to you and whoever else is in here. We don't got to get like that. That's what I'm saying. Whoever made you feel like that, we don't got to get like that is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I know we didn't re-sign Davenport. I'm talking about the fact that we signed Davenport at the beginning. Brad Holmes on the clock. The Brad Holmes clock starts now. That's 100%. Brad Holmes needs to be gutted or fix this defense. Plus rehire. I think you mean re-sign Tim Patrick. Let's get Jim Short. Rumor has it that Bears head coach went to become the Jags. Wait. Rumor has it that Bears head coach went there because the Jags didn't fire their general manager. Ain't it funny that Trent Baalke is fired? So wait a minute. So you're saying that Solid Snake chose the Bears because Trent Baalke wasn't fired? That would explain why he got fired today. That's crazy. I would make that trade or use it as capital to get Max. Didn't throw the ball with the wide receiver game on the line. Yeah. You know what? Brad Holmes needs to do like the Rams did in the last year of drafts, Derek. He needs to find Verse and Fisk. What's up? Cut says, Lions Syndicate, do you agree they could have been scheming up the best possible game plan while taking jobs a couple days after losing, basically showing that they were thinking about new jobs? Okay, I'm going to put it like this. Is it possible that Aaron Glenn was doing the same thing? It was. But we know what the defense was trash, bro. It was trash all year. Y'all got fooled because we were winning games. Y'all got fooled because in between the 20s, we were solid. Y'all got fooled because third down, we made stuff happen mostly. But it was always trash. Overall, the defense was trash. So I'm not going to put that on AG. But Solid Snake, yeah. He didn't have an in-person video interview because he already knew he wanted to be there. Caleb Williams came up like Morpheus today. He got a, you know what? I think that's why he got his haircut. I think he got his haircut because he knew Solid Snake was coming. He wanted to make a good impression. Were you in the chats last year? Because Lions fans ran Josh through the dirt, mostly these golf gobblers. Okay, Dave, I have no idea what Josh are you talking about. I have no clue. Schwartz and bring Miles with him. That would be something. Where we at? C-Note, what you say, bro? C-Note says, you don't even live in the D. Hey, listen. Yes, they fired him to pursue Kingsbury or Saleh. I think they're going to hire Robert Saleh. I think Saleh is going over there. That's what I think. What's up with the dono? Says, we play the Commanders on the road next season. We sure do, and I will be there. But they have taken a back seat. Okay, listen. People in the comment section, all right? You know how all you got to do is let me tell you this, all right? Okay. In your comment section, if you're on your phone, you simply tap on the person's name. If you are not the channel owner, you're going to see a word that says block. If you block that person, you will never see their comment again. That is an easy way to stop the back and forth with everybody in the comment section. We really don't have no problems on this channel in the live. I don't want to have them now, okay? So an easy way to just make somebody disappear is literally block them. You cannot see their comments and they can't see yours. It's a cool feature that YouTube makes. Make sure you guys utilize it. If it's not that, you'll see 3 dots on there because y'all going back and forth and it's throwing me off. The Jags general manager that got fired was a risk taker. Washington sucked last year. What changed QB? Thus stuff simple, shaking my head. Creole, what are you talking about, bro? But I don't understand. What are we doing? What are we doing, bro? What are we doing? Really? Really? So they didn't get a new head coach with a new coaching staff. They didn't get rid of every single first-round pick that Ron Rivera whiffed on. We just going to put it on Jaden Daniels? Bruh, stop it. Stop it, bro. Some of y'all don't need to be Lions fans. You don't need to be Lions fans because it's really, really irritating. You know why? Let me show you why.
He's the funniest guy who gets the job done. Likes how-tos, renovates, so fun. Man, he's so crazy, better pick up the thumb. Lamar Wilson.
Lamar Jackson is at he's at Cabo. Matter of fact, he making a Cancun episode. Stop with this, bro. I need y'all to stop with this. I'm not dealing with this year. I'm not dealing with this year, man. We got to stop all that. No doubt, bro, but 17 plus injuries is crazy. Cut? Yes, it is. And that's why last year we should have won the Super Bowl. But Derek, we'll be back. I'm not saying you did this, but Derek, we'll get him next year. We'll be at there. There is no tomorrow. I'm putting that on the soundboard, bro. There is no tomorrow. It's about getting the job done today, bro. Because we done lost our OC, our DC, our D-line coach, soon to be our quarterback coach, perhaps. And that ain't it. That ain't it. This roster turnover about to be real. It's about to be real, okay? There is no tomorrow. As a matter of fact, that's what the new slogan should be. All grit, it takes more. There is no tomorrow. Because tomorrow is not promised. Our whole coaching staff wiped out. How many teams lose both offense and defense in the same year? It's insane, bro. Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell, they got to stop thinking inside the box. They thinking small. It's time to think big. AG got the most out of his backup and practice squad, guys. Yes, he did. And that's why this year I ain't been on his head. I'm going to keep it real. I'm not going to act like all of a sudden I fell in love with him. No. But he did the best he could. For that, you get a salute. But it's time to move on. It's time to get better. See, the Lions made lateral moves. We got to stop making lateral moves, bro. Fave says there is no tomorrow. Apollo Creed, Rocky 3. That's facts. That's facts. I like golf, but a playoff turnover machine, repeat next year and I'm out. Fancy Lion, okay. You can do that, bro. I just ask that you commit. You commit. Let me tell y'all a story. Back in 2021, this is a true story. It's facts. It's on tape. We were playing so pathetic in 2021, just losing games one by one. Coming off Matt Patricia, I was real vulnerable. When we played the Minnesota Vikings and got our first win, we led the majority of that game, and I watched them blow it. I couldn't take it anymore. It was the last play of the game, 4 seconds left. I said, if the Lions don't win this game, I'm done watching this year. They won, and now I'm sitting talking to you today. Lions Syndicate wasn't even in existence when that happened. So everything happens the way it's supposed to, right? But all I ask is that you commit. Don't keep coming back. So if you make a statement or you make a commitment, commit to it, bro. Let me see. Bobby with the dono, appreciate you, big dog, says, let's go get Jim Schwartz and have him bring Miles with him, bro. What do you think? Now, Jim Schwartz, I'm not mad at that because the Cleveland Browns had a pretty decent defense. Now, what I want to know is this, Bobby. Remember, he used to be our head coach. He was real volatile. I don't know if that's going to vibe with Dan Campbell. I don't know if he the same. But remember, he was real volatile when he was coach here. So, can Dan Campbell, has he changed? But that Cleveland defense always been at the top since he's been there. And they were the number one defense for quite a while this season. And as far as Myles Garrett, you already know, big dog. You already know. Okay, let me see. Bonzilla says time to make some big money moves. That's absolutely. Golf is still the man. They will be better. Needed Hutch and McNeil. Y'all window is open for the next 3 years at least. Wait. Frank, I tried to tell you. Frank, you don't listen. Bears fans, as a matter of fact, somebody do this for me, please. Put in the just type in the comment section to comment for Bears fans to comment. You must super chat. Do that. I'll pin the comment because I'm not talking anymore. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. This has to be the year he goes out. Shift God. First of all, I love the picture change. Second, I agree. This going to be the shakeup year for 100. We plan too cute. We plan too scared. It's time to shake this thing up. We all love we all love the trolls and who may or may not realize Lions literally have a Pro Bowl team. We're good. I'm fully confident Campbell's going to find adequate replacements. Should NFL let more practice squad players play during season and all through playoffs to help with injuries? Leo, I don't know, man. I mean, can they though? Where can they play? You would have to force. How many of the 16 guys? You force 16 of them up? You know what? If they increase the roster from 53, 55 to 60, fine. And you force practice squad players to play, I don't know. I'm not mad at that. What's up, nephew? What's going on? Ragnow might retire. We need a new center. Okay, Perry, has he spoken on that? Has he said that? I'm having shoulder surgery in the morning, but I'm glad I get to enjoy the stream before bed. Love the content, bro. Well, hey, Corby, hey, best wishes, my brother. I don't know. It's always scary when you have surgery. You just get scared, man. Like, even though you usually don't have nothing to worry about, man. So we'll see you on the other side, my friend. Get a good night rest. Okay, Mother Yard, what are we talking about, bro? What are we talking about? Because just bringing up that dude's name is not a thing. That's enough to start a whole war. So I'm not understanding why you did that in a football channel. What's up, nephew? Julia says, was on Wilbur Sports live stream, shouted you out. Really? That's what's up, man. I appreciate you. What's up? Jack says, wasn't Ragnow on the fence last season about coming back? Jack, he was. He admitted later that he was emotional after the loss, as all of us were, and he decided to come back. I think this could be the year he calls it quits, though. It really could, which kind of sucks, man. So we'll see. Montgomery for offensive coordinator, Barry Sanders for running back coach. Yeah, not everybody is not going to make a good coach. Let me see. Why would Ragnow try to keep the O-line coach if he was going to retire? What's up? Tail says, what's up, Derek? I'm more happy for AG than to be head coach for the Jets, unlike the incoming Bears coach. Yeah, his new name is Solid Snake or Snake Adamus, anything with the word snake in it. AG is more culture-driven and grit for New York as Campbell is to Detroit, only when he faces us. Let me see. Where we at? AG would be better head coach than defensive coordinator, I think. You know what, Stream? I agree with you. Let me see. Four Door Glory says, relax. Okay, you need to know who I need to know who you're talking to, first of all. So let me know that. Should we go back to 4 preseason games? Luke, I'm going to say no because we are going to wind up going to an 18-game season. Roger Goodell already said it. Mothyar says, Ragnow is going to come back if we keep Frank Haley. That is something new. Lions Fan Syndicate with the 199 says, you happy for AG? I'm 100% happy. He deserves his opportunity. What I worry about is his future. Are the Jets, he got 3 years to turn this thing around. Look at how Dan Campbell was extended after 3 years. It wasn't looking too good the first 2, like 1.5. Then that second half of the second season, he wound up turning around, and we went all the way to the NFC Championship game. Like, Dan Campbell exceeded expectations in year 3. So I am, you get 3 years. You get 3 years. Sheila came out halfway through the second year and spoke up. Who knows what would have happened if we regressed in 2023? But we progressed, and now we're, she's more excited than ever. Who do you think we should get as our coordinators? Dark Saber, I don't know. I'm getting that question a lot. What's up? Andre says, out the mouth of a Lions coach on Sunday, Menu going to be a beast, and him and Sewell going to go crazy side by side. Well, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that. Kirby Joseph got the NFC Defensive Player of the Year. Okay, who got the Defensive Player of the Year? The Jets' defense is pretty good. AG need to find the right OC. Well, yeah. Yeah, he's going to need he doesn't have a DC, right? He don't have a staff yet. What's up, Robert? Pete Carroll first of all, shout out to you for the 6 months badge. Pete Carroll, I don't know, man. He's more of an offensive guy, right? He's 70-some years old, and I think he wants to be a head coach. Andre says, do we get a pick for losing our D-line coach to New England? From the research that I done was no. It has to be a minority candidate, a minority staff member, and a minority employee that is either in a head coaching job or a general manager position. I did not find any research saying that if a minority becomes a coordinator, they have to be in a position of head coach or general manager. What's up, Fresh and Fly says, tough schedule, staff turnover, and roster injuries will be tough for us next season. I predict 7-10 because of the learning curve. Wow. How none of y'all type out did anybody type out what I asked them to do? I guess it's cool. Bears fans is being quiet right now. I try to look for it, but I can't find anything about their issues or what they were about. Total Chinese New Year's Day. Wait, what, bro? Says it's funny that Benedict had his introductory press conference today on the Chinese New Year, the year of the snake. Wow. Fire Marshal Bill says Aaron Glenn doesn't get a pass either. He wasn't focused, 12 men on the field during the biggest down of the season. Okay, Fire Marshal, I respect your opinion, and I agree with you that that was a goof, right? But Dan Campbell has to know to call a timeout. Dan Campbell is the only one that can call a timeout. Maybe Aaron Glenn did know it was 12 men on the field. Maybe he couldn't communicate with Dan Campbell fast enough. And I'm not trying to defend him at all. But there's a lot that go in there. And maybe it was somebody on the Lions that should have started counting. You ever seen those players that count before every kickoff? Somebody needs to do that. Somebody needs to do that I know it's a lot, but somebody needs to do that. One of the Kirby Joseph or Brian Branch need to count everybody. They the last line of defense. Count everybody. Do you think this may be a good thing? Fresh minds. Yes, I do. Please, no Brad projects this year in the draft, says Full Slate Farms. We need dudes that can either start or are on depth we can count on. I agree 100%. Bring back Deuce Staley. Okay, Deuce Staley is... Wow. John, for real? Hey. Hold on, I just opened up your... Okay, no, this is the other one. This Mark Ryan guy. I appreciate that one too. If that is true, hey, share that with me, man. Share that with me. Are we all sticking with Goff, or do we want a mobile QB? Listen, that is up to y'all. It's up to y'all, but it ain't up to y'all. Hey, yeah, hey, John, DMing me works better, bro. I see it, though. Wait, you said the Bears? Wow. That's crazy. Wow. Huh. I got so many questions now. About that. Yes, John Gruden is not coming to be anybody's OC. he getting paid to sit at home. Huh. No, so what's going on is Solid Snake is interviewing Aubrey Pleasant, which was our defensive back coach in 2022. He was the one that got fired mid-season. Huh. Which makes me wonder even more. I am under the impression that Aubrey Pleasant was a scapegoat. He was a scapegoat for Aaron Glenn. But you know what? He's not our problem anymore. That's crazy. Yeah, listen. I would love for our D-line to consist of Aiden Hutchinson, Myles Garrett, Max Crosby. Come on, y'all. No, okay. All right, my bad, y'all. Let me, John tagged me. I'm sorry about that. This is coming from Ian Rappaport's Twitter. Shout out to John Doe. Says the Bears have requested Rams assistant head coach and passing game coordinator Aubrey Pleasant to interview for the vacant defensive coach coordinator job under Solid Snake, sources said. This is intriguing to me because this guy was fired from the Lions in 2022. It's intriguing for a lot of reasons. And you can't help but go down kind of a conspiracy road because Aubrey Pleasant was fired when it should have been Aaron Glenn. There's no ifs, ands, and buts. But I'm glad it wasn't now because Aaron Glenn got us the coordinator, the two compensatory picks. But the fact that the old offensive coordinator for the team that you got fired from when the defense sucked kind of raises some suspicion in my this is not, it could just be because Solid Snakes knows him, but I don't know. And like I brought up his name earlier today and I said he was still with the Rams. We fired him. He was immediately picked up. I want to say he was with the Packers for the rest of that season. But then 2023 and 4, he went with the Rams. This is intriguing, man. I'm telling y'all, stuff is not what it seems all the time. Why do you go down to conspiracy? Because it be true, bro. Like a lot of this stuff has some juice to it. Remember all that stuff we was talking about? Isaiah Bucks, and it turned out to be true. Remember all the stuff we were hearing about James Houston, and it turned out he wound up not being part of the team? I'm telling you, don't just turn a blind eye to this stuff. There be some truth to it. Let me see how long we've been on. All right, we'll be on for about an hour. We at minute 45 right now. Appreciate everybody in the building. Yeah. Creo says, I'm a top 10 QB. Ain't no guarantee to win the Super Bowl. Okay, okay, all right. When will we get those compensatory picks, this year or next? Blake, we get one this year and we get one next year as well. Both of them will be in the third round. And let's not forget, if we lose players, which we might, if the Detroit Lions lose someone, let's say like Carlton Davis, and we do not replace him with someone of equal or greater value, then whatever, I don't know the formula, but that's just the bottom line, the bare bones of it. We will get a comp pick, but it will not be for this season. It'll be for next season, I think. Don't quote me on that, because when Kenny Galladay left, I think, we didn't get a comp pick until the following season. I think that's how it works. Better or worse Detroit Lions team next season, perhaps better postseason run without all the pressure. Yeah. Well, Creo says some of y'all are happy to be in the playoffs. Creo, if you're talking about a Lions fan, I agree. But what I can assure you is this. You're going to get a new me this season. I am starting to form a kind of callous. Like, don't get me wrong, man. I love y'all. If y'all don't watch the channel, I can't be here. I can't do what I do, right? But at the same time, it's so many Lions creators, and they just so plushy, and they just so soft, and they like They like them rolls, man, that rise up in the oven. You know them Pillsbury Doughboys that you pop off and you put in the oven and they take 5 minutes and they just rise up and you just bite in them and they just melt in your mouth. That's a lot of creators, man. They do this like zombies, like robots. They have no passion. They have no substance. They have nothing. And they lie to you. They don't tell you the truth because they don't want to upset you. I am not that guy. However, I must admit that the comment section gets hard, getting told all type of things. It wears on you. But guess what? It ain't. I got reamed for the NFC Championship game, putting it on the pass rush. I got reamed when we draft in his rake straw. I got reamed when we draft Jameson Williams. Yes, Jameson Williams, because we still needed a defense. I got reamed and reamed and reamed. When we took Ennis Rakestraw, I'm like, why are we taking 2 corners back to back when all you've done in free agency is address the corner and you signed Marcus Davenport? So, with that being said, don't mistake the new me for the old me. Don't mistake the new me for the old me, bro. We here. We are here. We are, man, I'm telling you. So you getting the full everything this year. I'm done playing games. What's up, Mike D? What's good with you? C-Note says, this the best team we've ever seen. Super Bowl was ours. So something that golf till folded like wet paper. Well, here's the deal, see. It ain't really nothing we can do, right? Like, Jared Goff ain't going nowhere. So, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? That's where I'm at with Jared Goff, right? I don't mind it. Some people do. But for me, there are things that are in Brad Holmes' control. I'm going to make a video. As a matter of fact, it's going to be my After Dark video. And I'm going to just, spoiler alert, it's going to be about Khalil Mack. According to Adam Schefter earlier today, Khalil Mack wants to come back. He wants to play. Brad Holmes, there is no amount of money that it's time to let go of these first round picks. It's time to look what happened to the Rams. You know what's funny to me? And you know what? Let me write this down because I want to, this is a topic of conversation. Okay, I'm about to say something to y'all right now. Matt, okay, Fire Marshal Bill, please don't use that word. Please don't. Do you call 6 sacks washed? That's like saying Zadarius Smith is washed. The dude had 9. You are not. If you get 6 sacks, you ain't washed. We got to stop throwing that out, bro. You know I appreciate you, but we got to stop that. We got to stop that. Now. Oh, no. AC, no. First of all, I'm not a fanboy. I'm not a fanboy. All I'm saying is we can't do nothing about it. Let me tell you what I learned this season. I was physically affected by the loss on Saturday. Something happened to me that I won't get into that I'm still dealing with right now, 3 days later, okay? That happened to me because I was stressed from the game. Because the game emotionally did something to me physically. That's never happened before. I get mad, but that's never happened before. So what I'm doing is I'm going to only really focus on stuff I can control, right? Like, yeah, I'm going to come at Brad Holmes' head because that's what I do. But I know that we can't do anything about Jared Goff. So what am I going to do, right? Brad Holmes did that. So, but we stuck. And I believe in Jared Goff. But what I don't believe in is Brad Holmes and this defensive line. I don't believe in it at all. I don't. So there's 2 things that we are going to have to talk about, right? And I think that, and we'll wrap the show up, but I think that Lions fans, I'm about to say something, and I think y'all gonna be mad, but I think my real one's gonna understand. And I think that the past 2 seasons for Lions fans, I think are a rude awakening. Let me tell you what I mean. Last year, in 2023, we were, quote, ahead of schedule. Phrases that you heard last year were, we still building the foundation. This year, we were expected to win the Super Bowl. Not once did you hear, we're still building our foundation, we're ahead of schedule. Not only did we didn't make the Super Bowl, we didn't make where we made last season. Okay? So we're going to put that on injuries. You can put it on whatever you want. You can put it on AG. You can put it on Dan Campbell. You can put it on Jared Goff. You can put it wherever you want. The bottom line is we regressed in the sense of ultimate goal, because that's all I care about. But here's where we're going to have the good conversations. And I think we're Lions fans, because there was a time that you couldn't talk. If you made a positive video on the Lions, it flopped. But if you ranted, it popped off. When I got on YouTube in 2019, in the heart, the literal middle of the Matt Patricia regime, as a matter of fact, yeah, the literal middle of it, right before COVID, all that stuff. When I got into it, rants is what's paid the bills. I didn't get paid, but rants are what people want to see. People want to see themselves in you, right? So here's where we're going to have the tough questions. Now, going into this season and during the season, you couldn't say a bad word about the Detroit Lions. You know what I've noticed? My videos now are doing better than they were during the season because everybody was shook. Everybody was under the hypnotic trance of we're going to win it all. Why? Because we were winning then. But when it mattered, we lost. So this season and last season might be the best thing that ever happened to the Lions and the Lions fans. And that's tough for me to say. That's tough, bro, because I'm hurting right now. Like, I'm physically hurting. Something is physically off about me. I had a physical manifestation of my emotional despair. Not even a real thing. All right? But here's where we at. You got to ask yourself this question. A lot of times we talk about, I don't want Brad Holmes to get rid of a first-round pick because I don't want him to sell the farm. I don't want him to mortgage the future. Okay. I don't want Brad Holmes to sign this guy because I don't want him to mortgage the future. I don't want him to sell the farm. Okay. Let me ask you something. Ladies and gentlemen, how the Rams doing? How the Rams doing? How the Rams doing? Since they said, forget them picks, they have A, won the Super Bowl, B, missed the playoffs one time, and in that one time, they could have sent us to the playoffs. How ironic. C, ended 10-7 both years, and D, been in the playoffs both of those years. So if you told me that I could, quote, forget them picks and get a Super Bowl ring, a down year, and 2 playoff years, I'm taking it. I'm taking it. It amazes me. And you know what, bruh? I just got a boost of morale because we needed to be humble, bruh. We needed to be humble. This was a humiliating, humbling year because we were going to win it all. We running through everybody. Forget them picks. Brad Holmes is a G. Now it's time to move. How about them forget them picks? What about them? Forget them picks won them a Super Bowl, a down year, and 2 playoff years. You mean to tell me, Lions fans, that you wouldn't trade that? Would you trade a Super Bowl, a down year, and 2 playoff years for forgetting them picks? And if I said F them picks, I meant to say forget them picks. Let me ask you. Brad better make the Super Bowl. I'm tired of the passive moves on defense. How come y'all ain't answering the question? It's a simple yes or no question. Okay, who is Mike Green? Oh, Mike Green is the dude. Why y'all ain't? Okay, so thank you, Truth. So that's what I'm saying. So we all, I think what I really believe, like the more I think about it, and this is what the offseason does for you, especially early offseason. We talking about mortgaging the future. The Rams seems to be doing okay, right? They seem to be doing just fine. They got a Super Bowl, 2 10-7 seasons. They've had 1 down year since they said forget them picks. If you really do, and this is what I want y'all to think about, Lions fans. I want you to think about this. We're about to wrap up the show. I want you to think about this. C Pool with the don't know. Appreciate you. Says, honestly, don't blame Johnson for leaving. Unfinished business can be finished, ignoring the same issues. You know what, bro? That's a real one. And I appreciate you for membership and the don't know. We like to talk. I'm realizing that Lions fans might have needed humbling. The organization, the upper management might need to be humbled, man. Really. Brad Holmes, we make jokes about him being the smartest man in the room. You're building for success, right? And that's what we're building for, long-term success. Let me ask you a question. We had massive success this year. The best success we've had in history, and it all meant nothing. Think about that. I want y'all to sleep on that, bro. That's all I'll be trying to tell you every single year. Pringle with the don't know says, yes, forget them picks. They still got Jared Verse. I think Lions fans, because we were so used to losing, and this, bro, let me write this stuff down. This is going to be part of the same video. Because we were so used to losing, we got caught up. I'm the kind of brother. We got caught up, bro. We got straight up Usher Raymond. Because now it's sunk in, right? And a lot of y'all going to be like, we'll get them next year. Not if we don't make no changes, we not. Because I'm sure everybody, what's up, Slow Town? What's going on, man? Appreciate the dono. Says, I don't know what happened to my membership. Forget Judas, the Stumble Bum, and FTP for life. Bro, it probably was a card situation. A lot of times stuff expire and then people don't even know, but I appreciate you nonetheless. So I'm sure everybody would have the same response, the same exact thing. And this is what I think Lions fans are going to realize this year. That's why I think my videos are doing well, because they're spitting truth and facts. Every person in this chat would take a 8-8-1 record. We'd take that in a second for a Super Bowl trophy. If I told you that the Lions would sneak into the playoffs, have to play every game on the road, win every single game on the road, and win the Super Bowl by 1 point, nobody would turn that down. Not a single person. So while I think that this is the case, as CW says, changes, our entire defense got hurt. CW, are you new to the channel, my friend? Are you new to the channel? Because even with that defense that got hurt, we wasn't going to, listen, we had Marcus Davenport on the defensive line. See, y'all getting, listen, whatever makes you sleep at night, whatever. Look, we in Cancun. All of that stuff, man, you can have it. I hear you. You can have that, bro. That's an excuse to me. That's where we at. That's an excuse to put it on. Well, Derek, it was the defense, buddy. All those guys, if just one person wouldn't have been hurt, if just Hutch would not have been hurt, we would have won. Because none of y'all was talking about that when we was 15-2. You see what I'm saying, y'all? Y'all be finding stuff, bro. That is called coping. You're not going to get that here. Come on, bro, with the LOL. The entire defense was, listen, we lost one game with that entire defense being hurt. One. We lost to the Buffalo Bills with the whole defense was hurt. Oh, but wait a minute. We played the Washington Commanders and then we lost. And wait a minute. Wait a second. It was the defense. Oh, whoo. I thought it was because we didn't have playmakers. Really? But when we was 15-2, man, we walking around hibbity hoo-ha. We beating everybody. Nobody was talking about the defense when we was winning games. It's when we lose games that it matter. Bruh, stop. I can't with y'all. Man. This is called coping. Who in this chat was talking about the defense when we was winning? Who in this chat? None of y'all. I did every week for the first 12 weeks defensive rank through every single week because I knew it would catch up to us. And if it was the defense, ladies and gentlemen, why did we win a game with no defense? Because it was never the defense. It was the offense winning us games. Whoever said this in the comment section a few live streams ago, offense wins games, defense wins championships, put that on the shirt. Y'all got to stop all this, bruh. Y'all got to stop all this. And that's what I'm saying, Lions fans, wake up. I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer. I'm not trying to be right here. I'm not trying to be this. I'm trying to be real. I'm trying to tell you the truth. And the truth is this. The truth is, winning covers everything. Brad Holmes has been patchworking that defensive line for 3 years. I'm going to give him year one because we ain't had nothing. This time, it is time to take care of business. We have to stop this. What we do is we want to look for excuses. We move in the bush. We want to, how can I get out of the fact that this was a failed season? How can I get out of the fact that, because I don't want to blame nobody. I don't want to blame the general manager. I'll blame Jared Goff, no problem, but I don't want to blame Brad Holmes. So let me, what can I move over here? Oh, yeah, that's right, defense. But we're not going to talk about that when we win in games. We're going to talk about it when we lose, because when we lose, it's going to make me feel better. Come on, y'all. I was still talking about it when we was losing. We'll get off after the super chat is over. Derek, let me see. Derek, we have to bring back James Houston. Perry Ball says I was. Of course I was being hyperbolic, but most people in the comment section, and most people like, well, it was one of them, shh, we're winning games. We're winning games, so let's not talk about it. You just move backwards from bargaining back to anger. Hey, Fancy, it just happened, bro. It just happened like that. It just happened like that. Mike D says I was right there with you. Didi says, but the rest of the world was. BK said, been saying that to my brothers, but they wouldn't listen to me. Slow, it does look weird with no membership, my brother, but, it's all good. Let me see, where you at? Nah, I can't find you. No, I'm just, hold on. No, seriously, where did you disappear to? Bruh. Bro, I serious. Derek, be honest, how many sacks are you getting if you line up on the D line? I get no sacks. I'm going on injured reserve immediately. I'm not a football player. What kind of question was that? I'm immediately going on IR. It's going to be like turbo set Achilles, turbo set concussion. Okay? I'm not 6'8" looking like Dan Skipper. I weigh 192 pounds. I'm going straight to IR. Bobby with the dono, appreciate you, big dog. Says only the fans who want to keep these picks and build are the same ones who left the game early and who was all on their phone. Well, you know what, bro? I almost left early. I left out of my seat and I was standing in the lobby. It was just so painful, and I was looking at the screen. I just couldn't watch it anymore on the field. I was just, but you can't help it, man. You trying to hang on, man. Let me see. Robert Dixon with the dono says, facts, you've been saying fix the defense for 2 years. Well, not everybody's saying it, right? Not everybody's saying it. And one thing, and I can say it, it's reflected in my numbers too. Everybody's saying the same thing. I think that this was a slap in the face. This was like one of you ever seen one of the movies where somebody's screaming, and you get yourself together. They just get smacked and then they snap out of it. That was us. That was us. So, Celerus says, I want Robert Saleh at DC. Thoughts? I would love that, bro, but that is a pipe dream because I think he's going to be a head coach, and I think that he's going to be the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. That might be one of the reasons why they fired Trent Baalke today. Andrew in the building. Says a lot of these Lions fans don't know how to answer the questions because we have never been relevant, so of course they're going to wait until it's over to start blaming when the issues haven't been here all season. When the issues have been here all season. You know what, Andrew? I agree with you. I just think that I look at it from a different mind than like you got regular Lions fans and then you got y'all, right? And if you're listening to me after the season is over, you are not a regular Lions fan. You are not a casual. You are all 100% on board. Breaking news, Holmes signs Derek with 2 R's, is DERICK, from Lions Syndicate to help the pass rush. Well, he should be fired immediately. If Brad Holmes brought me in, now he can bring me in as a consultant, but if he bring me in for the pass rush, fire me immediately. He should be fired immediately. As a matter of fact, don't even let him come into his office. I would change the locks if he brought me in as to help the pass rush. We got a Dono says, I want Robert Saleh at the next head coach. You know, it always bugs me, man, when y'all ask a question and then I answer it, but y'all super chat to give me the answer. I feel so bad for y'all. I appreciate you, bro. Turbo set Achilles. Hey, turbo set concussion, turbo set everything. I remember you snapping about when Hutch went down. Sino says, I doubted Goff coming into the season. He didn't let me down, unfortunately, shaking my head. Okay, Sino, let me ask you this, brother. Let me just add and be honest. What you gonna do? Like, how are you gonna handle this? That's what I want to know. Because you've been on, every time I look at your comment, it's a Goff comment. What are you gonna do? How are you gonna handle it? There are 17 players in the NFL, even fourth-string players and pros, so no excuses. We gave the Commanders that game. I hope they beat Philly. I don't care. I hope they lose to Philly. Why is it all covert on JD's covert on JAG's contract details? Okay, so TM, what they don't do, and by the way, Aaron, I forgot, he got a 5-year deal. That came out later. I forgot to bring that up. He is signed through 2029 with the Jets because they never talk about coaches. They don't expose we don't know how much Dan Campbell makes. Remember, Dan Campbell got extended. You don't really know how much general managers and coaches make. I wonder if it's a thing about, maybe it's in their contract, but you have rumors and stuff, but it was a 5-year deal. And my guess, it was probably pretty good. My wife and I, okay, if Ben Johnson, Solid Snake, got paid, rumored to be $13 million a year or something like that, then I would say Aaron Glenn probably got 8 or 9. My wife and I have been talking about the lack of a pass rush, and all we hear is let Brad cook. Cook what? Ramen. That's another thing too, bro. Like, we gonna wrap up the show, but let me take the glasses off. You ever talk to somebody and they take the glasses off when they get serious? I love talking about this team. Like, if you didn't love it, if I didn't love it, I couldn't do it. I was ready to quit Saturday night. I was ready to be done. The pain of the NFC Championship game, being in San Francisco, flying back, that pain of walking through the airport, the expectations this year, the fact that the season, football has literally the quickest season and the slowest offseason. I wanted to quit. And quit as in, I didn't know if I had it anymore. If I'm not passionate about this team, I promise you I will never talk about them. That's the day I retire. If I don't care about this team anymore, I will retire. I'll pass Lions Syndicate on to somebody who cares. I didn't know how to feel Saturday night. But one thing that I learned since the loss, and it's been kind of sitting with me, is that Derek, there's not a lot of people like you. And I'm not trying to pump myself up. There's not a lot of people like you. How many creators that talk Detroit sports, real talk? And I'm sure you can name a few, but how many creators are willing to look you in your face virtually and tell you that your team sucks in this department even though they're winning? Not a lot of people will do that. And now that my prediction has come true, I feel like now you guys are going to get it. Because I'm going to tell you another conversation y'all not going to want to have, and we never get off on time. Another conversation y'all not going to want to have is, let's just hypothetically say that next year we get to the NFC Championship game, but we lose. The year after that, we don't even make the playoffs. Now we're 2 years down the road. We're going to start having different conversations. All of a sudden, you ever take your car to the store, to the shop, and they tell you need alignment, and you're on the freeway, you let your steering wheel go and start drifting off. Right now, there is zero blame. The attention is not on Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell because they've done a tremendous job in a short amount of time. But I promise you this, if the Detroit Lions are at least not in the Super Bowl in 2 seasons, we're going to have to get a realignment. I'm not talking about fire anybody. I'm not talking about hire a new coach. I'm talking about no attention. You're going to have to start looking toward Brad Holmes and looking over there to Dan Campbell. It's just how the business goes, right? If the Lions don't at least make the Super Bowl in 2 years, watch the attention start going to Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes. You don't get a long time in this business. Winning is great. But look at Kyle Shanahan. He been to how many Super Bowls and ain't won none. We're going to have to start having them conversations. It's just how it go, right? So what this has taught me is, and gave me like a boost of, Derek, man, you got to let the people know they can get trash from anywhere. They can get that from anywhere. Yup. You don't want to upset the people that make you who you are. But I think that also sets me apart from everyone else. Because I had a dude, no lie, I took a picture with him. Appreciate you, Pringle, for the dono, man, and the compliments. I took a picture with a guy in San Francisco, and I told you about this. He told his wife that when he saw me, he was going to slap me. Or it was either that or I want to slap this dude, right? So he sees me at San Francisco, and he like, oh, what's up, Doc? First of all, I did not feel threatened at all. So if he wanted, and that's not the first time I've heard this. Like, people like, yo, man, I'm going to slap you when I see you, right? Because they can't take it. And we see each other, and he daps me up, was like, yeah, I've been watching. So his wife is the one that called him out. He said, I thought you were going to do something. I'm like, what you talking about? He was like, oh, man, I just said when I saw you, I was going to slap you. I'm like, dang, bro, like it's like that, right? But I knew it was just coming from a place of love, right? Like, this dude get on my nerve. I'm going to slap him when I see him. So I let him slap me. It was, I let him slap me. I knew he wasn't going to call off and try to put me in a concussion. So I let him slap me. He slapped me. We moved on. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it's all about. But, like, I'm going to keep it a buck all the time. And I think that's what this team needs right now. We got Daniel with the membership and the dono, man. But listen, a little side note. We got, we're pushing 29,000 subscribers. We'll probably hit that before the month is out. And when we hit 30K, we're going to be doing the Lion Villain giveaway. If you guys remember it, it's the small gray lion with the, the villain kind of is black and gray, about this big. And when I hit 20,000, I couldn't give it away. The person that won it did not claim it. And so we still have that. So the off season is here. I tell you what, the Lions losing in the fashion that they did, I think it's going to give new life to this channel. It's not going to get stale. Y'all going to hate to hear me. Like, I'm telling you, going to hate it because I am done with any type of, I was like Salt Bae, you know what I'm saying? Had the glasses on. I'm putting a little bit of sugar on it because I know I can be a little bitter. I know I'm acquired taste, but one thing you're not going to say is, Derek, lie to us. You can't ever say that, right? But this year, bruh, I'm slapping that salt straight off. That sugar is off. It ain't no Brad Holmes, you out of time, bruh. You are out of time. Because we went from a rebuild to Super Bowl expectations to getting bounced out by a rookie quarterback to losing both our coordinators to losing our defensive line coach. And when you're a good team, you lose coaches. To Marcus Davenport being hurt immediately, to Emmanuel Mosley. You know good and well everybody was asking, why did we re-sign him? Why, Brad? If I was credentialed, yes, Brad, this is Derek. I know you are. This is Derek with Syndicate Sports Studios, credentialed. Just got my credential passes. Brad, why did you re-sign Emmanuel Mosley? Get that out of my. Brad, what are you going to do about the pass rush? That's me. Brad, what do you have a thing for injured players? That's me. They would hate to see me coming. Brad, did you really try to trade? Do you care at all about the success of the defensive line? Get that. They would slap me. Don't let him in there. That's where we at. Anyway, I appreciate y'all. Have a great night. It's cold here in Michigan. Last night, it was 1 degree. It is currently 6 degrees. We got hit with this cold front. And you know what the cold reminded me of? I got sad, man, because January 7th, January 14th, last year, it was 7 degrees. I was walking to Ford Field, and we were about to win our first playoff game. And is it sad that when I like it's cold. It's like bitter cold, like frostbite cold. I'm thinking about last year's playoff game because I was freezing walking to Ford Field, but I was so warm coming out. Anyway, appreciate y'all. Have a great night. Congratulations to Aaron Glenn. GT says it's almost 40 in Alaska. That is insane, bro. Man, -13. Yeah, that's crazy. But listen, tune in to the channel because we going to still bring you content. I ain't going nowhere. Not yet. And we got big plans, man. We trying to get this studio going and all that stuff. So my wife thinks I'm taking a big risk, and I probably am, but, you know, it's going to be a calculated move for sure. Anyway, because, look, this is my motto for 2025. Detroit needs a better, what is it? Detroit needs a better brand of criminal. No, Detroit, we got enough. Detroit needs a better brand of creator, and I'm going to give it to you. Quoting the Joker from The Dark Knight, is y'all got enough fluff pieces out here. You got plenty of fluff pieces. Plenty of those. It's time for y'all to get a better class of creator. So I'm going to give it to you. Anyway, and much better than Woodward Sports, by the way. This channel is made possible by viewers, subscribers, and members just like you. It's because of you I get to do what I do. Have a great night, y'all. I will see you in the next video.